For today's lecture, I want to discuss creating a purchase order. A purchase order, or we like to shorten it by saying PO in the industry, but I'm going to take you through the steps on how to create an order or how to create a buy. Okay, so first I'd just like to explain what a purchase order is or what a PO is. So a purchase order are documents sent by the vendor sent by the buyer to the vendor for an order of merchandise. And since this is a fashion course, I'm going to specifically relate it to the fashion industry. Again, this is when the buyer goes into the market to create an order to buy from a vendor. And the vendor is your source, your resource. A vendor can be a designer. A vendor can be just a manufacturer here in the US or a manufacturer overseas. Again, a vendor is the person that supplies you the merchandise that you would like to order for your store, brick and mortar, or your website. All right, so these are just some of the places that a buyer can go to purchase merchandise. You can go to a trade show like the Magic Show in Las Vegas. That is a popular place a few times a year that buyers like to go to source out trends for the stores. Fashion shows, we all know about Fashion Week. A lot of times we think Fashion Week is just for entertainment, but it's not. It is for designers to premiere their new collection to buyers to buy, which is a fun and exciting event to look forward to 2 or 3 times a year. A buyer can fly directly overseas to a factory in China. And this is a lot of times what the big box retailers will do, especially when you're buying large volumes of merchandise like, 10,000 pairs of jeans, 40,000 graphic tees. You may want to buy directly from the overseas source, the manufacturer overseas. All right, you can buy from a lookbook. That is where you request the designer's or the brand's lookbook for the season and you place an order over email, or guys, you can schedule an appointment with your vendor either in your office or their office, or visit their showroom to see their collection and then make a buy, create a purchase order. Okay, so just remember, a purchase order is a binding contract between you and the vendor, you and the organization that holds the goods. And I'm going to go over the components of a purchase order. So guys, once you sign the bottom of a purchase order, that becomes a binding agreement. So the vendor has to uphold his or her part of that agreement, and you as a buyer, you have to uphold your portion of that said agreement. All right, so these are some of the pieces and parts of a purchase order. That's very important to make sure it's filled out properly on your purchase order, because guys, money is being transmitted based on what's written on this order. So the first thing that will go on your order is what, the merchandise that you're buying, the product itself, how many units or what the quantities that you're buying of each item, the specific brand name, a SKU or style number or model number, depends on the industry that you're working in, the price per unit, the wholesale cost or cost of the item per unit, that is. When do you want the item delivered, guys? The delivery date. And that's part of the purchase orders that's very important to the buyer. Buyers order in season, so it's very important that the vendor can deliver your merchandise by the stated time on your purchase order. And there's usually also a cancellation date, which means that if a vendor can't produce the item within a certain period of time, the buyer has the right to cancel the order. The company's essentials, the billing address, the name, the contact name of the person, things of that nature. And then guys, the agreed upon payment terms, which is very, very important in buying, because guys, that outlines who pays what, okay? And I'm going to show you exactly where this information goes. on the purchase order. And if you look to the right of the screen here, this is just a random purchase order example that I pulled just to give you a visual idea of what a purchase order can look like. Every company has their own setup. Every company has their own purchase order layout. So it could vary from company to company. Okay, for the sake of this class, I am going to give you a purchase order layout to use for certain assignments and certain portions of your homework and part of the testing. And also, if you have a case study that requires you to fill out a purchase order, I am going to give you a class purchase order to use. And I'm going to go step by step in showing you how to create and fill out this purchase order. So let's take a look at this for our example. So let's just say, guys, we have an order of hoodies that we want to purchase for our store or website. All right, so the essential information is here. The vendor is called Brand Jerseys, right? And the vendor number is 669. We want this item delivered on October 15th with the cancellation date of October 10th. So what that means, guys, is that by October 10th, if the vendor cannot deliver your merchandise, you have the right to cancel it. Our terms are 8% cash discount, paid within 10 days of the delivery, net 30 days. We are paying shipping of $210 for this order. Style, the first style is the red hoodie, which is called a full zip hoodie. This is style G186 red. We're gonna buy 2,500 units at a wholesale cost or unit price of $8.20. The green hoodie, style F280, we're going to buy 4,800 units at a wholesale cost of $7.90 price per unit. And we're going to retail the price of these goods in our store or on our website for final retail price of $29.99 for each hoodie. All right, guys, so let's fill out our purchase order. Okay, I've now opened the sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. I clicked on something and it took me out. So now I've opened the purchase order template and I copied and pasted my order information here just so that I wouldn't have to toggle back and forth between the PowerPoint and the Excel. So we are going to be working in Microsoft Excel to create this purchase order. So let's look at every piece and part of what we need to create a purchase order. So the first thing is, if you go here to the PO number, okay, that's very important. In buying at wholesale, we need a purchase order number. That number would go to the accounting department. So if you look here, the information stated at the top, create a PO, and the number will be 310. So let's go here, and the purchase order number will be 310, and we click enter. So if you can see what Excel did, it formatted the 310 all the way over to the right. We don't want that, so let's put it closer to, so we're gonna go up top to align left. We're gonna click align left, and that will move the purchase order number to the top, to the end rather. Okay, so next, the buyer's name. So that will always be your name, guys. So type your name here always. So I'm just gonna type your name instead of the words your name instead of your actual name. Okay, department. So let's look, the purchase order stated that we are buying, here it says leisure tops, department 505. So again, let's go here. Our department is 505. Okay, and again, as you can see, Excel automatically moved our information to the right, the far right, but we want it to the far left. So we're gonna go up top and click Align Left. And I see there's a underline there. Let's take that off. And let's see, there's a bold. Let's take that off. We don't need that. Or maybe we do. Yes, we do. I'm sorry, we need the bold. All right, so the vendor name is stated here. It says our vendor brand name is called Jerzees. So let's type that in, Jerzees. That's the name of our vendor. And thank God, the information stayed on the left. Very good. The vendor number, it says here our vendor number is 669. 669, we'll type it here. Okay, oh, and same thing, our information formatted. So we're just gonna click Align Left to bring that over. And our delivery month is the month of October, is our delivery month. Okay, we want the hoodies delivered by, we want them delivered by October 15th. So let's just use the cancellation date here. Actually, that should say cancellation date. So October 10th, sorry. And I'll just go 2020 is when, okay, so it automatically defaulted to this layout. All right, so October 10th is, and also that will be, let's just change this to cancellation date. Okay, let's just move that. And let's bold. Okay, so now buyers, we're gonna go to the terms. So the terms were listed in the third bullet here. The terms are 8% cash discount if we paid our invoice within 10 days of delivery, and that's net 30 days. So let's write this out the way terms are written. So 8% is the discount. Okay, 8%. In 10, so we get a 10 if we pay the invoice within 10 days. I'm sorry, not the N. If we pay our invoice within 10 days, 8/10, we get the 8% discount, but the full invoice is due net 30. Okay, and if we look here at the next bullet point, shipping to 10. Paid by the store. So remember your shipping terms. FOB is the shipping terms. And one more thing, guys, it says net 10, 8/10 in 30, and that's ROG from the day we receive the merchandise, 10 days, okay. And FOB, so it says paid by the store. All right, guys, so remember, you are the store, you are the buyer, you are the store, you are paying for the shipping. So the FOB will be FOB vendor, which is Jerzees. Okay, so remember, it's the opposite of what you think. When you write FOB vendor, that means the buyer pays for the shipping. When you write FOB store, that means the vendor is paying for the shipping. So please refer back to your notes on the FOBs. And this is how, guys, you will write out your dating terms. So please read the terms carefully, and remember there's a specific way that we write out terms for purchase orders. Okay, that part is complete. So now we are ordering two jerseys, one red full zip hoodie and one green pullover hoodie. Okay, so now let's go down to the bottom. So the first style, and we'll just stay the way the style is listed. So G186, okay, G186 is the first hoodie style, and the description here is full zip hoodie. So full zip. Okay. So if we look here for this style, this is where our order information comes from. Okay, so the red, we are ordering 2,500 units at a cost of $820. Okay, so let's go here. The color is red, and the classification is hoodie. That is the style of merchandise. We're ordering 2,500 units at a wholesale price of $8.20. Okay, and the suggested retail was listed here at $29.99, so we can go ahead and write in $29.99. All right, and I'll get into this part a little later. Oh, 30%. All right, so if you can go up top, guys, and see that it's formatted here as a percentage. So what we want to do is we want to format this as currency, and so 29, I'll do it again, $29.99 is our suggested. Now, if you can see here that our Excel is doing something a little weird. So I like to center my information. So once again, guys, get used to using the formatting tools. So $29.99, the $8.20, and 2,500 units. You're gonna go up top above the H, and you're going to click center. All right, and that will make your information nice and neat and centered. Let's do the same thing for the red. You're gonna go up top, center, and the full zip hoodie is still centered. All right, so let's be consistent with the font. So this is a 20-point font size. If you go up top here, it says Arial Narrow 20 points. So let's just make it consistent. So we're gonna highlight all of this across the board, and we're also going to make it a 20-point font. All right, again, just to keep a consistent look with your fonts. All right, so let's center this as well. Okay, very good. So that's the red hoodie. That is the red hoodie. All right, so let me go up top to annotate. All right, so now buyers, let's go to the green hoodie here. So the green hoodie is style F280. So once again, let's go over here. So now we're gonna do F280, and this style is the pullover hoodie. Okay, we type that in and it's centered for us. Okay, so how do I get rid of the annotation? I don't know, sorry guys. So that's the pullover hoodie, and we want this in a green color because green sells well with our customers. Again, the classification is a hoodie. That is the type of merchandise you're buying. And we are going to purchase, of the green, 4,800 units, 4,800. And the price here is $7.90. Okay, and same thing, $29.99 is the suggested retail. And once again, guys, For some reason, this was formatted as a percentage and we don't want that. So we can easily change this to currency, and let's just type it in again, $29.99. All right, so let's do a little bit of formatting to make this look correct. So 20 points, font, and let's center it. Everything is nice and centered and consistent. Okay, so now guys, let's get into the formulas. Let's see if I can erase. Let's see. Erase. Oh, there we go. Erase. All right. All right, guys. So the formula for grand total cost is always going to be the units, the amount that you've ordered, times the unit price. So remember, the unit price is the wholesale cost. So we're going to go equals, click on the units ordered, times the unit price, $8.20, click enter, and that's a total of $20,500. We're going to do the same thing for the unit cost for the green hoodie. Starts with equal. We're ordering 4,800 hoodies times $7.90. So we've purchased a total of $37,920. So once again, guys, let's do a little bit of formatting for consistency. So 20-point font, and then we're going to center this, and let's use currency because these are dollars. So of the red hoodie, we purchased $20,500, and for the green hoodie, we purchased $37,920 worth of merchandise. All right, so for the suggested retail, we're going to do similar. So it's going to be equal the amount of units ordered times, now guys, the suggested retail price of $29.99 equals, so that totals $74,975 at retail. All right, so same thing for the green hoodie equals the amount purchased, 4,800 times $29.99. The retail equals $143,952 at retail. So when this order is shipped, guys, that is how much you've spent at a total retail value for each hoodie. So once again, let's go for consistency in our Excel. Okay, so let's use 20-point font, and let's center this as well to make it look. And it's already bold. We don't need the bold there, right? So let's go down. So now, guys, we want to total our order. We want to total our order. So of the red, we bought 20,500. Of the green, we bought 37,920. So we're going to simply auto sum or sum. So it's equals 20,500 plus 37,920, enter. So guys, we just bought a total of $58,420 worth of merchandise. Okay, so remember our shipping was given to us in the scenario. Our shipping was here, sorry. Shipping was $210 paid by us. We are the store. Okay, so shipping is going to be $210, and we want to use consistent font, which is 20-point font. And remember, this is currency, this is dollars, so 2 decimal spaces. All right, so now the cash discount. So our cash discount, remember, was 8% if we paid our bill within 10 days of the day we received our merchandise. So let's just assume that we did pay the invoice within the 10 days. So we are awarded the 8% discount. So let's go down, guys. We have to figure that into our order. Remember, a cash discount is subtracted from the order, but how much, all right? So we're gonna do equals, and we're gonna type in 8% times, you guys, our bill cost, which is $58,420. Therefore, our cash discount is going to be $4,000, and let's make that a 20-point font to be consistent. Oops, sorry. So our cash discount is going to be $4,673.60. So now, buyers, we can total our full order, which, remember, cost of goods is the total dollar amount that we owe our vendor for this order. All right, so here is the formula. The formula is going to be equals. It's going to be the bill cost of the goods plus sign. Our shipping is added to the bill minus our cash discount is subtracted from the bill, $4,673 equals. So guys, we owe the vendor, and I'm just going to make this consistent, 20-point font, and I'll just make that in red and bold. So when it's time to pay the vendor for our hoodie order, we owe the vendor $53,956.40. Okay, and that is how much we will pay the vendor. Remember, on the 10th day, this is how much we are writing a check for. So I'm just looking over my order very quickly, guys, and you always want to look over your order to make sure that everything is filled out correctly, because remember, this is a contract. This becomes a contract between you and the vendor. Okay, so let's go down here. So you always want to sign your contract. So once again, your name will go here, and let's just put today's date, which I'm just going to use the date that I'm writing the order, 29, and that will complete our purchase order creation. So let me just make this a little smaller so you can see it all in one swoop. All right, so this is our hoodie order, guys. Again, this now becomes a binding agreement between you and the vendor. So by October 15th, your hoodie order will be in the warehouse and ready to be opened and put on hangers and put out in the store or the retail store floor to be sold to your customers, or your hoodies will be uploaded to your website, and you will do a special promotion letting your customers know we have red hoodies and we have green hoodies in inventory and stock and ready to be purchased. All right. Thank you, guys. Best of luck.